Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for stopping by on this May the 4th, and happy Star Wars Day to all of you Star Wars fans out there. Me being in the age group that I'm in, this franchise was a huge part of my youth growing up. Even though I was born after the release of the first couple of films, these were a giant part of my childhood. Really loved the Star Wars content, the original trilogy, wore them out, watching them so many times as a kid. And as an adult, I'm glad to see the brand alive and well, for better or worse at times, in the hands of Disney. I'm just grateful that there's new content being created and that the brand is still thriving all these years after the initial release of the film. So, wanted to, as I typically do every year on May the 4th here on the channel, do a short episode dedicated to Star Wars. And I'm going to rip into this on-demand 3D pack that you see in front of you here, adorned by some of my childhood action figures, or at least one of these was childhood. I think the Yoda was picked up a few years ago as a joke between my wife and I, but what these are, I've done these on the channel before. You get 8 cards in here. They are 3D lenticular cards, almost like the Kellogg's or Sportflix, more like the Kellogg's baseball cards that you probably remember from back in the day. And they are done on the Empire Strikes Back card design from the 80s. They feature characters rather than scenes, and there are 100 characters on the checklist, on the card checklist. I'm trying to complete the entire set. There are no parallels, no inserts or anything, just the 100 base cards. I think I checked before the video. I have 63 of the 100 so far in the Z Folio where I'm storing this set. So I'm 63% complete on the set, in large part thanks to a pack of these that I received from my buddy CW over at Cardwolf. He sent me one of these unopened packs recently, and amazingly went 8 for 8 in terms of me needing all of them for my set. So I don't expect to have the same level of success with this pack today, but we'll see. What I'd love to see in here, ideally, some of the bigger cards that I'm missing, the 2 main characters from The Mandalorian card and the child, or Baby Yoda, or Grogu, or however you want to say it. In fact, I have put the child 3D card on my list of 50 for 2023 this year because I've been unlucky in pulling one so far. Would also be good to see, I think Rey Skywalker is probably the other big card that I may be missing. But hopefully, if anything, I at least get a few of these for my set. So you can see the 3D effect here on the first card, General Hux. Honestly, don't recall if I have him or not. Got a First Order TIE pilot here. I'm like, this is just awesome. Like, how about the red in the background of this card and kind of reflecting off his mask? Just great. These are very, very well done cards by Topps. 100 card set. I forget what the print run is on these. I should have looked it up prior to the video, but I want to say it was definitely, I want to say less than 1,000. So these are not super easy, maybe 700. And there it is. So pumped. One of the cards I specifically hoped for and mentioned. Buying this card as a single, believe it or not, on COMC or eBay would far exceed the cost of buying one of these packs of 8 cards. So I've kind of held off on doing that in the hopes that I would one day pull one. So really, really pumped. This card right here, regardless of what else comes in the pack, makes this pack an automatic success. Really, really happy to see that. Here's one from I think this is from the Clone Wars animated series, Asajj Ventress, and I may be mispronouncing that, but much more familiar with the live action films than the animated stuff. But don't think I have this one either, because I would recognize this image with that awesome lightsaber action going on there. Just very cool card there. We got Porg now. These were the small animals that were on the island that Luke Skywalker was confined to when he was kind of missing there after the initial trilogy and before the final franchise. Cool bit character there. Here's a nice one. Anakin Skywalker, the original, eventual Darth Vader. Cool card there of Hayden Christensen, who played him in the initial trilogy, films 1 through 3. And then sweet Han Solo also. I believe there are 2 Han Solo's on the checklist. There's a younger version of him from the original films in the late 70s in the early part of the checklist. And then this is the older Han Solo from the most recent trilogy, films 7 through 9, that comes later on the checklist. And I don't think I had this. So I don't want to be wrong here, but I guess it really doesn't matter. But I believe all 8 of these are new to my set. So I'm pretty pumped. And then sweet, the last card is Rey Skywalker. How awesome is that image? Daisy Ridley. Just very, very cool. And yeah, I mean, that pack was a home run. Pulling these 2 cards alone, you know, I probably could purchase, you know, 4 or 5 packs of these for the amount that it would cost me to buy just these 2 singles online. So 2 huge additions to the set there. Very happy with how my Star Wars day went here in 2023. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I know the Star Wars content isn't for everyone, but I really enjoy it. So if you're a fan of the film or not, thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate and value your time, and I will certainly be back in the very near future here with some sports card content. But until then, stay safe and enjoy the hobby, everyone.